Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I'm thinking about doing something a little different this morning. Instead of doing just one video, maybe one 10, 12-minute video, I think I'm going to do three separate, just a little shorter videos, because there's three things that I want to talk about. So I want to make three shorter videos. One of the three things I want to talk about is recently there's a big Howard Stern is trending on X right now, and it's because Howard Stern said that he hates Trump supporters and he does not want them. He does not want them watching his show. He said a little more than that, but he's trending on Twitter right now. I want to talk about that. Second thing I want to talk about is Kelly Osbourne interview. I'm gonna have the links to all this stuff on each video. Kelly Osbourne stated that she was in rehab seven times, and she made a few accusations that I'm not familiar with that about certain rehab. Maybe this is in California in certain rehab centers. And how she went into these rehab centers and she just learned how to become a better addict, how to become, more, how to have more tricks up her sleeve as an addict. That part's true. But then she also went on to accuse rehabs of going to AA and NA meetings and waiting outside and leading people away from sobriety, getting them to relapse so that they would go back into the rehabs and spend another $100,000, waiting to sabotage people coming out of AA and NA meetings. And that is something I'm not familiar with. That's the second video I want to talk about. This video, since last week, there's been a story that's on my mind. This is almost 1 week ago this happened. And it happened in the town that I went to high school in, the town that I grew up in. I actually grew up in two towns that are right next to each other, kind of equal time. Watertown, Connecticut. And it's what happened to a gay couple in Watertown, Connecticut. And the link for that is going to be right down below, so you could watch this, you could read this yourselves. And it's been bothering me since I read this article, and I want to talk briefly about that. Let me start this video by saying this, okay? I think that the American flag should be illegal, it should be taken down in front of houses, especially on trucks. Those big trucks with the American flags flying behind them. And I'll tell you why. There's no point to them. We're all Americans. I know you're an American. You know I'm an American. But more than that, it's pointless. But to me, I'm a Native American. And to me, I'll tell you what I see. When I see that American flag, it represents excessive nationalism to me. Excessive pride. That we're better than that America's better. Well, you're better than the whole rest of the world. When I see that flag, I think of World War II, World War I, all the world wars. I think of the colonization of this country and the subjugation of Native Americans and Black Americans. And that's what it represents to me. It's offensive to me. And I think it should be taken down. It should be outlawed. No, I don't really believe that. But that's how some people, when they see the pride flag, like in front of somebody's house, they think, well, look. They inevitably always say, well, look, I'm okay with gay people. I don't mind if you're gay, but you don't have to shove it in my face. You don't need to put it in front of your house. You don't need a Pride Month. You don't need. A flag is, to me, a flag is little more than a bumper sticker. It's a piece of cloth, but to the person that's flying it, it's a portrayal of who they are as a person, their identity. I think so in this story, this couple has been harassed, and trucks going up on their lawn at night and tearing up their lawn, their pride flag. They actually have a picture, a ring cam of a guy, and inevitably these guys are cowards and wear a mask, and they come in the middle of the night and tear down the pride flag and bend the poles and all that. And they tear down the political signs. I'm going to talk about that too. And they received letters about, that their pride flag should be used as like toilet paper or something like that. I believe is what they said in the note. In the note, they called Kamala Harris car monkey. Let me stop right there and talk about that really quick. The whole thing with Trump supporters and Donald Trump himself and nicknames or these names for people, I have never seen anything so juvenile in my life. You know, Donald Trump does this, and the Trump supporters tend to do this, where they take a name and turn it into something. Now, my name is Daryl Potter. My last name is Potter. Back in school, when I was in elementary school, people would call me Pothead or Potbelly or Pot whatever. You know, it's such a juvenile thing. You know, so in this letter, this gay couple received this letter. It said car monkey, and then it said something about Tim Walz. Johanna Hayes, and it made fun of all these names. And then it was signed from Americans that care. You know, and their main complaint is, well, you don't have to shove it in our face, but they accuse like this gay couple or other gay people of shoving in their faces their sexuality, because I think because when they see this flag, they think of sexuality. You know, they think of one specific thing, but it's really not. It's their whole identity. Their not just their lifestyle, but their identity as a human being. It's how they, you know, it's something they're proud of. Same thing with the American flag, right? You know, I have no right to tell people to take down the American flag or not to fly it in the back of trucks or anything like that. To me, it might represent excessive nationalism. You know, when I see that flag, you know, it might remind me of just violence. The violence of this whole country over 200 and almost 50 years. But to other people, it's their identity. You know, and it's the same thing with the pride flag or the MAGA flag, and it's just a freaking piece of cloth. Yeah, those are the things that I wanted to talk about. The link will be down below. Since last week, this story's just been bothering me. The way that these people come in the middle of the night, the way their faces are covered, they're too cowardly to just to talk to somebody face to face. Their view of the pride flag and their claim that they don't have anything against gay people, but they don't want it rubbed in or shoved in their faces. This story's been bothering me since last week, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. The links will be down below. I'm going to be back I want to talk about Howard Stern and Kelly Osbourne and those two stories coming up. I'll be back shortly, you guys. Have a good Tuesday.